Welcome, O wanderers of the wavelength, to the inner sanctum of the Chilluminati. You didn't find us by accident. You were tuned in. Behind this veil of shadow and signal, we gather, not to follow, but to question. So light your candle and lean back 33 degrees. Close the blinds and forget what they told you was real.
You can't go on, and you're sinking low. Just believe.
It's Saturday night. It's Ground Zero Plus. I am the master of ceremonies tonight. My name's Jimmy.
Data points that we define as your personality. We monitor every social network, internet logs, instant and text messages, known associates, your friends, companions, emails received and sent, cell phone usage. We utilize security, surveillance, and traffic cameras to analyze movements. We use this data to form personality profiles. We know who you are. We are everywhere.
What do you mean? Why do you keep saying we?
We, the people of the United States.
Million guns
consistent and being a very honest person, I'm sure you can tell me where God came from. In addition, once you've told me where God comes from, please try to clarify how you can figure that a spiritual force can have an impact on a material universe to create it.
All right, your question, where did God come from, assumes that you're thinking of the wrong, obviously it displays that you're thinking of the wrong God, because the God of the Bible is not affected by time, space, or matter. If he's affected by time, space, or matter, he's not God. Time, space, and matter is what we call a continuum. All of them have to come into existence at the same instant, because if there were matter but no space, where would you put it? If there were matter and space but no time, when would you put it? You cannot have time, space, or matter independently. They have to come into existence simultaneously. The Bible answers that in 10 words. In the beginning, there's time. God created the heaven, there's space, and the earth, there's matter. So you have time, space, matter, created a trinity of trinities there. Just, time is past, present, future. Space has length, width, height. Matter has solid, liquid, gas. You have a trinity of trinities created instantaneously, and the God who created them has to be outside of them. If he's limited by time, he's not God. The guy who created this computer is not in the computer. He's not running around in there changing the numbers on the screen, okay? The God who created this universe is outside of the universe. He's above it, beyond it, in it, through it. He's unaffected by it. So the concept that a spiritual force cannot have any effect on a material body, well then I guess you'd have to explain to me things like emotions and love and hatred and envy and jealousy and rationality. I mean, if your brain is just a random collection of chemicals that formed by chance over billions of years, how on earth can you trust your own reasoning processes and the thoughts that you think? Okay, so your question, where did God come from, is assuming a limited God. And that's your problem. The God that I worship is not limited by time, space, or matter. If I could fit the infinite God in my 3-pound brain, he would not be worth worshiping, that's for certain. So that's the God that I worship. Thank you.
Rock and Rio. Are you that?
I am here.
Excellent. All right then. If the God you worship could fit in your 3-pound brain, he's not worth worshiping, I guess.
Well, I mean, that was a very excellent description, I think, or explanation.
Yeah. Looks like some people are showing up over here. Welcome, everybody. Been gone for a bit, eh? We were having technical issues. And, tried to get it together, but it just didn't work. So, now it's back together here, so we are back. Sorry for the, missed communications. That's what's hard, is when we can't do a show, there's no way to tell people. So one of those things. Oh man. Oh. So it sounds like Cock has been in touch with Doc Ram, and I guess Doc Ram is going to give us a shout sometime here around 8:30ish was what the word was that I saw. And Cac put a scary face next to Doc Ram, so maybe I don't know, Doc Ram's got some breaking news he might be sharing with us tonight. Who knows?
Could
be. It's a mystery.
There are many interesting postulations as to what that could be.
Who knows? Let me just see here. Let me get this public service announcement out of the way here. Stand by.
Have you ever been face to face with a police officer and wondered, is he about to kick my ass? Well, wonder no more. If you follow these easy tips, you'll be fine. First, obey the law. Laws were made for a reason. Think of them as hints. You've heard people say, man, I wouldn't do that shit if I was you. Well, here's some of that shit. Carjacking, armed robbery, arson, selling drugs, buying drugs, stabbing, shooting. You know, you probably won't get your ass kicked if you just use common sense. If you jump a subway turnstile, you might just get off with a warning from the police. But if you jump a turnstile carrying a loaded gun and smoking a joint, then maybe you need your ass kicked. We all know what happened to Rodney King. But Rodney wouldn't have got his ass kicked if he had just followed this simple tip. When you see flashing police lights in your mirror, stop immediately. Everybody knows, if the police have to come and get you, they're bringing an ass kicking with them. Here's a no-brainer. If you're listening to loud rap music, turn that shit off. Blasting "fuck the police" while you're getting pulled over by the police is just ignorant. When an officer approaches your car, be polite.
Is there a problem, officer?
And stay in your car with your hands on the wheel.
What the fuck do you want, motherfucker?
Unless you want your ass kicked. Want to give a friend a ride? Not so fast. Your friend might be crazy. Now, before you let your friend in your car, ask them these questions. Do you have a gun? Do you have drugs? Do you have any warrants? And in case you do get pulled over by the cops,
license and registration, please.
Remind your friend to do this one thing. Shut the fuck up.
Man, don't give him shit. What the fuck you want?
It's a simple, seems simple, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty
You don't want to get your ass kicked, just, keep it simple. Don't break the law, rock and roll. You got to keep it on the straight and narrow. That was Chris Rock.
Advice for most of life, right?
What? That was Chris.
That's generally good advice for most of life, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Stay out of it. Mind your own business. Be polite. That's the key. Remember,
if you don't want to get caught cheating, don't cheat. If you don't want to get caught lying, don't tell a lie. I mean,
in the 1800s, everybody was polite, wasn't they?
Well,
like, yes, sir, no, sir. Yeah, everybody was super polite to each other now, and no one respects each other. That's why it's all. And everybody's got a chip on their shoulder,
I guess I do at some levels too. Right? I'm sure you've got a few little chips there as well.
I don't, man. You know what? Whenever I interact with anyone in the public, whether it be wherever it is, at a store, at a fucking restaurant, at a coffee place, whatever, I say what I say, please and thank you.
Oh yeah.
Please and thank you. I'm Mr. Please and thank you. Because I don't want anybody spitting in my fucking food, man. And now I gotta also tip people every single time. I ain't here to say please, man. I'm here to order my fucking coffee. You know what I'm saying? But, anyways, I'm polite, Rio. In every interaction. But I mean, it can go one way or the other, as we just saw. You can be a nice, easy, cohesive, fun interaction, or it can be a fucking nightmare.
It can always go either way.
I know. I don't know. It's best
sometimes
just to...
you try to be polite.
I know.
And other people just, they can't take it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you're polite and you end up being a misogynist.
I don't know, man.
You end up,
There was just
what are you happy about today?
We talked about it a couple months ago, or a month ago. Some lady opened the door for somebody, and they didn't say thank you. So the person that opened the door that didn't get the thank you followed the other person in the store and was browbeating them the whole time, yelling and shit, saying all this shit, talking shit. And then it went out into the parking lot, and then the lady that opened the door fucking killed the bitch who didn't say thank you.
Well,
Kill the woman. I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
I mean, you know, I take the biblical principle here on that, right?
You treat
we were
other people
told,
how you want to be treated.
well, not only treat other people how you want to be treated, but you should expect no reward for doing the right thing.
No.
You should expect no reward for your kindness.
Right. You're not
You know,
doing
so
this.
if I open the door for you and you don't say thank you, it's still my blessing of doing the right thing for you, whether you want to accept it or not.
Right, because you were
Right?
you were being of service.
Right. So, I, you know, why would you follow someone around around the store and then end up ultimately like being so angry that they didn't say thank you that you'd want to kill them?
You know what?
I mean, if you have that much problem being polite in the first place, then just, be selfish and don't open a door for somebody.
You know what, man? I just realized when you go there and they say, because of the COVID thing, everybody was doing this contactless sales. And so they institute this thing where everyone's asking you a question everywhere you go. Let me ask you a question. It's going to ask you a question. It's going to ask you a question. It's going to ask you a question. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then if you in that moment when it asks you that question, if you don't fucking tip the person, you know what I mean? They just look at you. It's like, fuck. Have you seen some of these videos, these people, these delivery people not getting tips? These fucking Ring camera videos, people not getting tips when they're delivering your food. They're like, fuck you, man, I'm going back. You can pick your food up at the, back at the Taco Bell or whatever. Anyway, getting back to what I was saying, that whole let me ask you a question thing, it started getting to me to the point where I'm like, fuck this, man. I'm using my fucking credit card, which I don't want to do, right? Now I gotta fucking, Anyway, so I started bringing $5 bills to the fucking coffee place.
Right.
So now they don't have to ask me a question. I just fucking going ahead and giving them the dollar ahead of time. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Put it on the counter in front of you here. Here, I'm paying for it.
Right. But
This
here's
is
the
what I
thing.
want.
Here's the thing, man. I'm fucking doing it. I don't want to do it. I'm not tipping for any reason other than if I don't, I'm gonna get the stink eye or wonder what's in my coffee the next time I fucking come in there. You know what I mean? Because that's what the world we're living in right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? There's no, moral fucking, there's no fabric of society that would prevent the majority of people from spitting on your fucking hamburger because you gave them some sass or didn't like your fucking tone. You know what I mean?
There again, like I've worked in food service, and that was never something that crossed my mind to do this to someone.
Me neither.
And I guess it just it goes to show, and this there again returns to the respect aspect of it, right? If you don't have personal respect for yourself, you can't respect other people, and that lack of respect in both directions is what leads people to do things like that. That spitefulness, that
No,
and
it's
and
literally...
and it's the same thing with the shooting at the door, right? For not saying thank you. If you're doing what you're doing for the reward and not because that's what you're supposed to be doing, it changes the mentality to it, right? There again, another biblical principle. Whatever you do, do it heartily as unto the Lord, right? So you're not doing it. I'm not doing it for you. I'm not doing it for me. I'm doing it because it's the way you do things, right? It's the right thing
Man,
to do
dude,
for people.
I called this fucking...
You
There's this thing, okay, in California. I don't know if it's nationwide. I'm going to just speak strictly California. So there's a company that came up with a business idea, okay? And the idea was that people are going to miss their insurance payments. And when they do, the DMV is missing out on fees. So they went and somehow convinced the state of California Department of Motor Vehicles that, listen, hey, Department of Vehicles, look, we developed this software that sits over the top of fucking everything, and it just sits there and waits for people's insurance to drop off. And then the minute they do, you can make up to $15 a pop. And, you know, we'll take care of the back end. We'll throw you $5 a hit. So anytime, if your fucking insurance policy, if your insurance policy expires at midnight and you didn't call the insurance company until 8 o'clock in the morning, it doesn't fucking matter. Because 1 minute of non-insurance requires a registration to be suspended.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do that here too.
Yeah. Needless to say, I went through a whole situation with that. And at one point, I'm on the phone with someone. And you can understand that, you know, I was getting a little bit perturbed after all the back and forth and going to try to get my sticker and all this fucking shit. And the person was, you know, I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. It's just, I mean, everyone is, got their empathic vibe feelers out, you know, about every single thing, you know. You can't raise your voice. You can't look weird. There can't be no tone in your voice. You know, you got to be careful every single moment. You know, it's enough to drive a person literally insane. I had to go through this training at my work. This fucking harassment training. I'm going to tell you right now. Okay? The people that were in there, you know, the models that were speaking the stories or whatever, they're mostly in their 30s, young, you know, up and comers or whatever. But for the most part, you know, society's doomed, man. You should see the million ways to Sunday that you could fucking sue your employer for some kind of harassment shit. You're literally harassing people and you don't even know it. You could be, people could be in the other room. You could be telling a joke to someone where everyone in the room's laughing, and then they show this video of the actual person, you know, and they're telling you what they were really thinking. In other words, in the video, they were fucking laughing at your joke. But in the secret video where you hear what's inside their head, they're thinking all kinds of shit about the joke that you're telling. As a matter of fact, they don't like it at all. As a matter of fact, you know, they didn't like it so much, they were offended. They were just going to go fucking human resources, file a fucking complaint.
Yeah, I thankfully work in a small environment where I don't have that worry.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we all understand each other. You know, there is no human resources to worry about. But I have been in that situation in the past where it's like, you know, somebody's got to get offended by something sometime. You know, and I've seen it happen to other people, for sure. You know, years ago.
I can't imagine.
In corporate environment.
Seriously, cannot imagine what must have happened to all those people when I was going through school. You know, grade school, junior high, high school, all through those years. All those people that got, in today's environment, regular people would have done life in prison for the shit that got done to people. Kicking your ass, this and that, making fun of you, all that, all the shit that used to happen. I mean, it's obviously got to still happen at some level. I mean, how could it not happen?
Well, yeah.
I mean, but I'm just saying the shit that I'm just saying in the workplace, you used to be able to smoke cigarettes or whatever. You know, fucking people used to smack their employees around. Fucking, man, get working, you little prick. You know. Fuck, you know, working underground. You know, You know, I'm 5'7". You know, who's going in the hole? When there's a hole, who's going in it? The fucking small guy's going in it. That's who's going in. Looks like Epic Journeyman's ready to join us. I'm hearing messages coming in. Now, Cock, what's the story? Cock, call in and give us the scoop on the doc real quick. Hey, give out the number so Cock can call in. Now something else is going on in the background. Rio's probably adding the fucking Epic Journeyman. It's F-Bomb Saturday night. My name's Jimmy, and I'm dropping them. Left and right.
Don't speak negatively about yourself, even as a joke. Your body doesn't know the difference. Words are energy, and they cast spells. That's why it's called spelling. Change the way you speak about yourself, and you can change your life. That's the truth, brother.
Are you supposed to stay? Okay, yeah, we're good.
Don't speak negatively about yourself, even as a joke. Your body doesn't know the difference. Words are energy, and they cast spells. That's why it's called spelling. Change the way you speak about yourself, and you can change your life. That's the truth, brother.
That's the truth. Hey.
Don't speak negatively about yourself, even as a joke. Your body doesn't know the difference.
Doesn't know the difference. Just like it doesn't know the difference between TV and real life. Hey, listen. I found this clip, and it's literally unbelievable. It's Gary Moore and B.B. King. And B.B. King is playing some riffs to see how much soul Gary Moore has.
Nice.
You gotta fucking hear this. Here we go. Damn. See, I'd much rather be fully immersed in this moment right here. Man, you used to be able to pull up in your car to some fucking bar, go inside, and this would be going on in there. Damn. Those days ain't coming back.
No, man. BB was a legend, man.
Yeah.
He was a great guy too. He really was. Truly awesome human being.
Now, did you spend time with him?
Yeah, a little bit. We did play at his club in Harlem once or twice. I actually ran into him at the Chicago Blues Festival once. He was there and he hung out right in front of the stage when we were on stage, and you know, after we were done with the set, he came over and talked to us a little bit. And
now, for people who don't know, tell everybody who you were working with.
Hey, I used to work with a guy named Bill Perry.
No.
And he was Richie Haven's guitar player for a while. as a side gig, but he was a blues guy mostly. So
Now you still have you got like a whole label that you're responsible for, blues stuff, huh? Have you ever put any of those, are you ever planning on, releasing the catalog online, 2026 style rock and roll? You're just gonna hide with the vinyl in your basement?
well, I mean, I do have some recordings. I don't have the highest quality recordings, and it's kind of Bill's wish at the end there that, the stuff that did get out was well curated and, sounded good. Like he didn't want the basic demo tapes, that were recorded in the basement getting out. So I kind of honor that,
Yeah, well, what good are they just letting no one can hear it? I mean, it's like, it's, I mean, I don't know.
As much as I hated the Grateful Dead, and I kind of did, the one thing I liked about them was they encouraged people to record their shows.
Yeah.
Like you could walk up with Bear Stanley, if you were lucky enough, drop a couple hits of acid and actually record like right there by the booth, if not in the booth,
No,
I talked to a couple people who did that.
Well, they had like a designated area that they would
Yeah, you could just go
out.
record, yeah.
That was audio in that area would be really good for you. And, when the Dead used to play at Keystone or Jerry Garcia would play, they would have a special area. But this was back in the day when people used to carry these fucking super high-end cassette recorders that were like, I mean, they're not as small as what we have now, but the people used to have those.
Well, I do actually have a recording that we did over 2 nights, and I had edited together and put out as a live album in between while we were in between record contracts with the 2 different labels. So, I do actually technically have some authorized bootleg.
Well, listen,
we sold it at the shows.
Cack is saying that Doc Round's calling in.
Well, that's fine, but the phone isn't open.
The phone's not open yet.
Yeah, Tascam. It was Tascam, those portable recordings,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
yeah.
Or they had Sony ones.
It was a
too.
big deal. They did, but like Tascam was a big one everybody had, and that's primarily what they were using. Fostex is more for the actual recording people, but Tascam. But people have no idea. Like, is that company even around anymore? I don't even know.
Tascam's still around.
Believe it or not, Metallica did the same thing for a long time until that whole Napster thing happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Napster thing.
Yeah. Should I open this phone line up here, Jimmy?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I guess now Cack, is he calling in on the phone line? I don't know what's going on now. I'm completely in the dark. It all happened all at once. We weren't here last week. We weren't here last night, and so up until like 5 minutes before the show, there was nothing going on, and all of a sudden, Epic turned and locked his keys in his car.
Dude,
Doc Round's calling
terrible.
in. Fucking all this shit started happening. And I was just sitting there just going, fuck, man. All I really wanted to do was just fucking...
Yeah, normal day, the weekend, celebrate the 4th.
Hey, so I've been thinking, there's a lot of trouble going on over in the fucking UK. Okay? There's lots of trouble. Now, hear me out. Because I see a lot of people coming around the World Cup situation. So a lot of people coming to America. I see a lot of people coming from UK, and they're here, and they like it. They want to spread out, man. They like the American lifestyle. Everybody from Europe saying they've been lied to about America, this and that. So what I'm gonna propose is, they're so friendly towards the refugees and the immigrants. Why don't you UK people just cruise over here, get some status or whatever. You know what I mean? Just cruise in. Why not? How come they're
Well,
not?
you
How
know,
come
that would be an interesting plan, right? If all the English people
they just got out
were
of there?
tired of the immigration going on in England,
They
just
just got
all
the
bailed at once
they just got
and
the
came
fuck
over
out.
here,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. That's what I'm saying, man.
Because they would acclimate into our society.
Because they speak English already.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I say, come on over. I know Chris is in the UK. I know you're there, man, and you got medicine over there. But I wonder if that, like, if you come, let me ask you a question. If I come from as a political refugee, okay, if I come here, do I have health care? I mean, why would you deny me health care, man? I'm a refugee. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I know
they
people.
give it to all the other immigrants that are here.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, people in the UK, they got socialized medicine over there. They got all the medicine they need, right? They go to the doctor, whatever. If they come here, that's the only drawback at this point. But I think my plan, why doesn't it work? Why ain't they encouraging some political refugees from the UK? I mean, I understand it's your land or whatever. I get it. You know. I still think the most powerful statement I've seen so far is with this person going, why don't you just go home? We don't have any place else to go. This is our home. Why don't you just go back to where you came from? I mean, there's 7 billion people on Earth, man. They can't all live in America. Why doesn't, I mean, you know, I mean, if it's so popular, if it's such a thing, why don't they just turn their own countries into like little America if everybody wants to come here so bad? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you ever wonder that?
That's a good question.
I know. Why don't they just go, okay, fuck it. We don't like our government. We just want to all be part of the United States. Why don't they do that?
Canada's moving toward that, right?
Epic Journeyman, why don't we just rule the whole world? Why don't just America, everybody wants to be here, why don't you just make everywhere just like America? And just, you know, you just hire your own representatives in your own, you know, country.
Well, I think part of it is a lot of them don't want to be here. They hate us, and they're here to take us over and turn us into them. But that's just, you know, my theory on it.
Well, I mean, there's a difference, right? Like the people who came over, America's based on immigration, like the old "Give us your tired, or hungry, or weak," you know, the Statue of Liberty plaque that's there, right?
Mm-hmm.
That made America what it is. The diversity that we have is based upon what people brought. You know, they were able to do things they couldn't do in their own country when they came here. But yeah, I don't think we should have to close the borders. At the same time, it's kind of ridiculous that, you know, you just let anybody come on in.
No,
you know,
man, you can't.
There has to be a happy medium somewhere, and I think that in a way, like because we were based on a immigration policy that made us who we are, we should keep that. But
they just found out that there's ranch dressing here for some reason. People from the UK.
Dressing.
I saw that.
People from the UK love fucking ranch dressing.
Oh, well, they have terrible food in the UK, man. Have you been there? They have one great thing. They have fish and chips. Their fish and chips, like in Scotland, are fantastic. They're awesome. If you ever go to the UK, you have to have fish and chips wrapped in newspaper with the malt vinegar. Dude, it's freaking awesome.
Trish,
other than that, don't eat the food. Don't eat the food. Don't eat the food.
Trish in the chat says you don't got to go home. You just got to go. And that's like when at the closing at the bar. You know, you don't got to go home. You just got to leave.
you can't stay here.
Stay here, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, man. All right. So listen, is Doc Ram calling in or what's going on, man?
I don't know. Phone is now open.
All right. Well,
I have not seen any missed calls.
Okay. Well, I don't know.
I'm just going to say, as a world traveler, if you go to England, don't eat the food. Like, other than the fish and chips,
well, that's what I'm saying.
You're solid.
Why can't
You're solid.
Listen? If you're in the UK, why can't you come to America as a refugee? I mean, even if you did it like I'm not telling, like, hypothetically, you know, let's just say a person had some political, you know, felt some political pressure back in the UK and they wanted to come to America, and so supposedly, if you do that, you get at least some short-term benefits. I mean, why not come to America and just, you know, get the benefits, and when they run out, go get the fuck out, go back to UK.
Well, so some English people, they have a case to be made, right? I mean, they do, like because there's this whole, they're not instituting the actual social credit karma policy yet, but it's kind of like that. Like
You
people are
should
being
see
prosecuted for their social media posts.
You should see
That's
what's
crazy,
going
man.
on. No, you should see what's going on over there. I mean, I don't want to drag us down to a deep dark hole, but
But I
I'm
mean,
just saying,
that is the thing. Like there is a case to be made for that.
I don't
like
want to
that
drag
little-
us down a deep dark hole, but I'm just saying, there's a bunch of fucking videos from the UK about shit that's going on over there to people, the native people, and they're being treated, in a way that is not. I mean, I can't honestly. I just honestly can't believe what's going on in the world. That shit. That people are getting away and doing the stuff that they're doing. It's
Well,
because people realize there's no way to control it. You can't.
I see Linda in the chat says go to France if you want tasty food, right? On Epic's comment, but it's the same thing in France. I've seen the videos coming out of Paris. I really wouldn't want to go back right now. It's a disaster. And maybe some of those French people should think about migrating over here to the U.S. too.
There you go. I mean, what's wrong with that? I don't know. That's the thing. I mean, it's just exactly what I was talking about with that tipping thing. That I'm giving the dollar up when I don't feel like I need to and I shouldn't. There's nothing going on. There's not any reason other than I just got to do it, right? It's the same with this. It's like, what are you going to do, man? Are you going to just evacuate Europe and just let it just fall to the dust, to shit? All those cathedrals and all that heritage and all that shit. He's going to let people just run through there and just ransack that shit and burn it down, throw all the papers and stomp on the artwork. I mean... You know what I mean?
Well,
because listen,
if
it becomes a matter of you or me in those situations, and I don't mean us two. I just saying in that situation. If I'm over there and it's that situation, it's you or me. It ain't gonna be me. So, I mean, you got to make a choice. You can either pick your battle. I mean, are you gonna stand for everything that stood before you? Are you going to defend it? Because at this point, it's kind of like that, isn't it? It's being everyone's being overrun for the most part.
Yeah,
I mean,
and that's the plan, right? Is the takeover from within. And I even the other day saw a video from a Walmart, where an employee wearing a burqa, ran up on an ordinary citizen and started saying, "You can't do that here. You can't do that here. I'm Muslim. You can't do that in front of me." And the woman's like, "Well, this is America. I'll do whatever the hell I want. You can't do that here." And she was like, it actually ended up getting police involved. And the cop was like, "She can do that here. This is America." And it was surprising to see that the police were actually standing up for the citizens' rights, but I mean, it's a takeover, right? That's the actual plan is to subvert and take over. And even what was his name? Yuri Bezmenov in the '80s was talking about that's what they were going to do to us.
Yeah.
And they're doing it, right? Slowly but surely, they're moving in, they're migrating, they're trying to force the culture to change to their whims. And not assimilating. And if you think America is a great place to live, and you want to come over here and join the society, well, that's great. Join the American society.
Listen,
if you think France is a great place to live, and you like the way French people do things, go over there and be French.
There's
but don't go over to France and demand that you get what you had in America, because it's not going to happen.
There's 8 billion people.
Go run across the border into Mexico and tell them that you want free health care. With undocumented, and see what happens.
Man,
like the Mexicans are going to throw you in jail and give you bread and water. They're not going to put up with your crap, but we're expected to for some reason, and that's the part that's not really playing well with a lot of people.
It's out of control in Europe.
It is.
In Europe, it's out of control. So.
It's
Europe is 5 or 6 years ahead of us, when this whole thing started, because I didn't know we were going to talk about all this, and I don't want to get too far into it, but listen, fucking Muammar Gaddafi was keeping all of that immigration out of Europe.
Mm-hmm.
He told them, he said, I'm keeping them out. They took him out, and then right after that is when all that mass immigration started happening over into Europe. And at the time, we were talking about it then. And everyone was saying the same shit they're saying now about America. Back then, they were saying, look at all the young male immigrants. How come they're all young military-age immigrants? That's what they were saying back then. And now it's the same exact fucking language on this stuff that's going on in America now. So whatever you see going on in Europe right now, there has to be some kind of way to deal with what's going on, and I don't know. I don't know if there's any real way to do it at this point, because there's way too many people and not enough law enforcement to deal with how many people there are.
Mm-hmm.
And the other part
well,
of
that's the thing is the scales have now the balance has been tipped, right? And
right
when you have a platform on a balance and it tips, everything starts sliding off to the one side, and eventually it falls off the edge. And now it's everything's in the roll down the slope, and the question is how soon does it get to the edge and fall off?
And the other part of it is, as long as it's
become
epic and real, as long as society's rolling along normally, and people are rolling around their SUVs and they're paying $5 for coffee at Starbucks or whatever, and they all got jobs and everybody's got fat monies and everybody's got these credit cards and everyone's buying houses and this and that. As long as that's going on, no one gives a shit about what's going on in the background. Yeah, but all of a sudden, when stuff starts when there starts to be scarcity and there starts to be no jobs, now all of a sudden everyone's looking around going, hey man, there's no jobs, and what's going on with this now? All of a sudden,
You're starting to see that now in Europe, right? In England and France and a few other places. The citizens are about tired of it, and they're starting to push back now, right? They're starting to push back hard. And we kind of went through that a little bit at a different level here back in, 2020 with the situation.
You got all these people coming up from a lower place, nipping at your heels, and coming down on top of you. You got this fucking chopping mechanism like a lawnmower. It's called the AI. It's coming down and it's fucking chopping heads off everywhere. And people are dropping like flies. And those people are losing their jobs, and the people down that were working the jobs that people wouldn't work, all of a sudden, those people are taking up those other jobs. There's no jobs for people. So where are they going to go? What are they going to do?
It's going to be massive when it really hits. It really is. But I was laughing about when you said, what's going on? Because there's a whole bunch of videos like trending on social media right now about Russians going, what's going on? Because they have no fuel, right? Like they didn't know there was a war going on. I mean, literally they didn't know there was a war going on basically because they hadn't touched them yet. And now all of a sudden the refineries are all getting hit, and there's no fuel in Russia right now. Like this is touching Moscow and St. Petersburg, and all of a sudden all these people, what's going on? And it's just funny to me. It's like, you're right. Like people are oblivious outside their bubble. They just are. Like it's going to happen to us too. Something like that's going to happen to us. I'm sure. Maybe hoping not a war or whatever. But I mean, to them, they were just living their life, doing whatever, and all of a sudden one day they're lined up 5 miles for fuel. It's like the 1972 lineup back in the fuel crisis in America, but worse. I mean, they're like giving them codes and have them do every other day and all this stuff, and they only get to take 4 or 5 liters of gas, which is basically a gallon and a half or something. I mean, crazy. They burn it all up waiting to get gas.
Can you imagine that someone's telling you that you can't put a fucking hey buddy, what is that hanging out of your window right there? Is that a fucking air conditioner?
You can't have that. Yeah, right.
They're literally making people in the UK tear out their air conditioners. And then I'm seeing people from the UK here for the World Cup, like in their hotel rooms, just kicking it in front of the air conditioner. Just going, This one dude's going, look, I got a loo in my room. Is that a
You
thing?
don't have to go down the hall. You
Is
don't have
that
to
a
go down the
thing?
hall and share it
So actually, I want to tell you guys about this and what's going on in New York right now, with the air conditioner situation. So the mom dummy over there, right, made a speech a couple days ago about we need to conserve energy. The temperatures are really high here. There's going to be a lot of problems with the power grid. The power grid's going to be strained. This, that, and the other thing. And so he tells everybody, we're asking all the citizens if you can do it, turn your air conditioner off. If you need to have the air conditioning because you're elderly or you have children or whatever, we'd ask that you set it to somewhere between 78 and 82 degrees so that it doesn't use up all this. Right now this is a thing, right? So today there is a blackout in the Bronx, right? Like, so the power grid went down for a certain section of the Bronx, and it's been out for hours, several hours. So it's 100 degrees outside here today, and the store owners are complaining that they're losing their ice cream, they're losing their meat, they're losing cheese is melting in the cases because it's that hot out, right? So one of the local news reporters went over to City Hall and brought a thermometer with them. And most of City Hall was between 68 and 72 degrees, but there were places where the air conditioning and near the air conditioners in City Hall, where it was 62 degrees in the building. Now,
That's gold. That's like
right.
gold.
So
That's
he's
a
telling
meat locker.
you need to sweat it out and turn your air conditioning up. But where we're sitting here working, it's colder than it really needs to be inside.
Dude.
Most people are comfortable about 70, 72, but we've got it cranked up to 62 down over here.
Dude, I'm gonna just say right there.
And
that
they
is
went to the governor's mansion with Kathy Hochul. It was same thing. She's got it. She's 72 degrees at the governor's office.
Listen to me.
So
listen. That is a perfect fucking example of communism, man.
Rules for me and not for thee.
Here you go. I'm just saying, Gen Zs, man, you want communism? That's what it's gonna be like.
Yeah.
You can fucking, if you're look at we. How many times did I on this show have we said, show me a billionaire who's not a communist? No one has ever shown us one.
There aren't any. Yeah, right. There aren't
No
any.
one has ever shown us not even one. Not one. Not even half of one.
So wait, Jimmy, this story gets even better though. Right? So now the guy that I was watching, it was he was doing a little mathing on this, right?
Uh-huh.
So the city now is working toward, this has been Mom Donnie's plan, is the free buses, right? And these free buses that he wants to let the people run around in all the time are electric. So they found out what it costs power-wise to power an electric bus for 8 hours, right? So you had the electric bus basically lasts 3 hours, so you have to charge it 3 times a day. Now there are 5,000 buses running in New York City at any given time. And he did the math. He said, well, the average window air conditioner uses, 400 watts of power over an 8-hour period.
Mm-hmm.
The average bus recharge takes, I forget what the number was, so however many watts over the same 8-hour period, and you have to recharge that bus 3 times a day. Now times 5,000 buses and times the wattage. He worked it out that each bus is 455 air conditioning units running full blast, and that every day that all the city buses that are being recharged could, I think it was something like 4 million air conditioning units. That's more than the population of the city.
So everybody.
So in order to run the free buses, right, the electric buses, and there's this whole push for electric cars and stuff too. So in order to charge the electric buses, you have to turn off your air conditioner, but and suffer. Well, we're not stopping charging the buses and keeping them running because we need to have transportation in the city. So the buses are putting I forget what percentage it was. It was like 600 and something percent more strain on the electric grid than if every single person in the city had an air conditioner running full blast. You know,
Yeah, I'm
on
not
a
sure
daily basis, right? So they're complaining that the power grid is strained and people need to turn off their air conditioners. How about let's run some diesel buses during the power shortage?
Well, no. I mean, the most efficient way should be the best way, right? So whatever it is, I don't know about that math for sure, but I'll say this: like the grid stuff, I'm pretty familiar with because it's kind of my gig. But yeah, air conditioning takes a huge amount of power. It's the most demanding thing of anybody's household. It uses the most power. So the idea here's what's funny to me: the idea of Madame Me saying that you should set your thermostat to 78 degrees. That's a good thing actually to save the grid. That he's right about that. Well, here's the problem though. It's his Jimmy Carter moment, isn't it? Like, remember Jimmy Carter came out in a sweater and said you should set your thermostat to 68 degrees or 62 degrees, I think it was, in the wintertime. Just wear a sweater. I mean, for such a savvy political guy, for him to make that mistake, that's a blunder. I mean, as a political observer, I just caught that and noted that as something that was an unnecessary cell phone, right? Why did you do that? He had
All right,
no
well,
reason
listen,
to do that.
it's the top of the hour. We're going to be right back, so stay tuned. I still haven't heard. I don't know what's up with CAC and the doc, whether they're going to call in or not.
I don't know. The phone is open, so
We'll give out the number just in case, real quick.
717-417-8284.
717-417-8284.
Trillionaire. I don't have health insurance, but Elon Musk is a trillionaire. I don't have savings, but Elon Musk is a trillionaire. My dick can't get hard, but Elon Musk is a trillionaire. I don't have a job, but Elon Musk is a trillionaire. I don't have health insurance, but Elon Musk is a trillionaire. I don't have savings, but Elon Musk is a trillionaire. My dick can't get hard, but Elon Musk is a trillionaire. I don't have a job, but Elon Musk is a trillionaire. I don't have health insurance, but Elon Musk is a trillionaire. I don't have savings, but Elon Musk is a trillionaire. My dick can't get hard, but Elon Musk is a trillionaire. I don't have a job, but Elon Musk is a trillionaire. I don't have health insurance, but Elon Musk is a trillionaire. I don't have savings, but Elon Musk is a trillionaire. My dick can't get hard, but Elon Musk.
If I'm too rough, tell me. I'm so scared your little head will come off in my
There's a jump a little juke joint way out in the sticks, half a mile down the
transforms any ordinary space into a dreamy underwater world in just 1 second. Meet the Kamau immersive...
Jimmy, we have a
Hello.
caller.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey.
How's it going, man?
Going good. What's happening? What's going on?
Hey, man, I'm just calling you saying howdy.
Howdy.
Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th. Now, what do you think?
Happy Independence Day.
Now,
how independent do you feel?
Well, what do you, I feel independent. I got a little something for that here in a minute. But what do you think about my my idea to bring people from the UK over to the USA as
yeah, I think it's a great idea. I could arrange the transportation and get a cut from the government, right?
There you go.
There's probably some way I could milk the American government for some money too, probably through some nefarious fraud or something.
Set up some
I just have to go
daycare.
up to Minnesota and learn how to do it.
Set up some daycare centers.
Yeah, my Leering Day Center.
Yeah. Set up
Hey, leering is against the law in England. You can't leer at people.
No leering. That's funny, man.
Hey, check this out, Jimmy. You guys want to see something really cool? You go to the website, the little AI model that we're building. It's Ask. The word is ASK, ask.groundzeroplus.com. And then there's a place on the bottom of the page. It'll say Enter Directive, and you can ask any question about Ground Zero from the time it started to now. Well,
Wow.
maybe not up to now, but we still got to add some shows. There's over 1,000 episodes in this thing, and you can ask questions, talk to it, ask anything, and it'll tell you.
Well,
Crazy.
Paul in the chat is asking a question, and he's saying, "What are we saying about this homeland, the UK?" We're saying, Paul, listen. If you had enough, you should come to America as a protected immigrant for political asylum, and just come here and take advantage of some of the
You
benefits.
get a hotel room.
Yeah.
You get a credit card. You get a phone.
Mm-hmm.
You get probably a little healthcare place to go to and get a doctor to check up your.
What is that weird
check
humming
yourself.
sound that I just heard? Is somebody
What?
is somebody humming?
I think it was Epic.
Epic, are you over there humming a tune?
No, I don't think so. Am I even
Who's
mic's on?
humming?
I don't think so.
I literally heard humming.
Yeah, I heard somebody go.
Didn't you?
Yeah, I heard it.
Fucking see. All right, I'm
You're
not
being haunted.
Elon
Yeah,
Musk is a
I don't
trillionaire,
know.
so fuck it. No, Paul, we're trying to tell you, we're trying to give you guys an out because I've been seeing a lot of World Cup traffic over here in America. See a lot of people from the UK, see some people from Scotland. People from Scotland showed up, drank the
Yeah.
shit out of the city, got fucking drunk, ate some food,
Oh yeah.
and then
They-
cleaned
they
up.
drank all
They
the
actually
beer
ran
out of
Sam
Boston,
Adams
right?
Brewery out of beer.
Yeah, and then they cleaned up after
And
themselves.
Samuel Adams shut down.
They cleaned up. They cleaned up after
And it's
themselves.
bad when you empty out the keg systems in bars because you got to clean them out again. It's a hassle, right? When the kegs go dry.
See? So that's what we're saying. You know,
You
hey
ever
man,
work
in the
bar? I'm
UK,
sure a lot of y'all have.
in the UK,
Oh.
man, if you don't want to have to carry a machete, you want to come over to America.
Yeah,
Come
but-
on, we're saying, come
Yeah.
on, bring it. You
Hey,
know?
Clyde was live. Clyde was live tonight over on John B. Wells.
Oh, he was.
I'm gonna play it later on.
Ah,
Ground Zero Plus. I'll play it later, maybe
Huh. John
after
B.
Blue
Wells.
Zeppelin plays. But yeah,
Sweet.
I hope things are going good for you. Clyde will probably be back out of there in I think a couple of weeks. It's got to be, man. He's getting really good. He's going to be on Into the Paranormal this next week too.
Oh, is he?
Check out the Facebook page; has all that information on it.
Right on. Well, there you go.
But yeah, man, that's it. But check out that ask.groundzeroplus.com. It's really cool. And while it's free, man, just hit it, because that's going to go behind the paywall at some time.
Oh, it is?
It's just too good.
Well,
it's really, really cool.
You got to work it out first, you know.
Yeah, but you can go in there now and play with it, and when you see a quotation of a show from like 1997, it'll actually show you the show quotation and have a link thing next to it in the player. You can play that show just by clicking the button. It's really cool.
It is cool.
Simon's doing. Simon is using the AI to do this. It's pretty cool.
Epic said it wasn't him.
Wizardry.
Epic said it wasn't him. Oh, Paul's in America. Now, Paul, do you love ranch dressing? For some reason, somebody should open up a ranch franchise over in the UK. Make some fucking money.
Oh, dude, this town I'm in right here, if it had a Western steakhouse that was really a Western steakhouse with a barbecue and all that shit in it, it would be $1 million a week. I'll tell you what.
You know what I've seen that a lot of
just full of tourists each summer.
What I've seen that a lot of the tourists are really loving, where they had the games down in Texas, the people getting brisket for the first time.
Oh man, I saw those videos, dude.
They were like, wow, you can do this with cows. This is great.
Oh,
I
man,
could totally see the brisket.
I tell you right now, I was wishing I could eat some of that.
They don't have Texas barbecue in England.
Somebody should make a Texas barbecue.
Fish and chips are bust, man. That's it. I mean, yeah. That's the thing. Fish and chips are great, man. They really are. Like I can't tell people enough. Like, if you go there, make sure you get that. Like, that is the thing.
Hey, dude.
Hey, dude.
Yeah. Compared to a brisket, fuck the fish and chips.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, Jim.
All right.
These guys in England think that barbecue is you go to Tesco and buy one of those portable little tin cans with a few barbecue things in it, and you light it on fire.
People were in
Walmart.
Think
that's a barbecue.
People were in Walmarts going berserk, man. People were in Walmart going, I could just start my life right in here, right inside this store. My name's Jimmy. It's Ground Zero Plus.
Well, thanks, man. I'll talk to you guys later.
Thanks, Chris.
Is to unlock the door. Well, all around them criticize and sleep. And through a fractal on a breaking wall, I see you, my friend, and touch your face again. Miracles will happen as we tread. But we're never gonna survive unless we get a little crazy. No, we're never gonna survive unless we are a little crazy. Unless we get a little bit crazy. No, we'll never survive unless we get a little bit. 'Cause in a sky full of people, only someone to fly. Isn't that crazy? 'Cause in a world full of people, only someone to fly. Isn't that crazy? And a heaven of people, there's only someone to fly. Isn't that crazy?
The many worlds interpretation suggests that every moment creates countless branching realities. Every decision, every random event splits into different outcomes happening at the same time. But here's where it gets unsettling. Quantum immortality suggests your consciousness might always continue in the branch where you survive. So every time you face something potentially fatal, like an accident or illness, you would always experience the version of reality where you survived, while in countless other branches you didn't. To others, you died. But from your perspective, you never experience death. Over time, this could mean you keep surviving impossible situations, moving into more isolated versions of reality. Your loved ones may die in your reality, but they keep moving forward in their own consciousness. There's a
Holy hell, y'all, that's pretty deep. Let me know what you think in the comments about that. Oh, well, so there's a chance that we're already...
Good luck with all of that, man.
Hey, Jimmy.
Hey, Doc Ram.
Yes, I can.
What's happening, Doc Ram?
I'm sorry?
Saying hello to you, Doc Ram.
Yes, you are. And I can add something about your consciousness.
Go ahead.
Did you know that consciousness is a dream state, and lucid dreaming has more content to reality than consciousness does? And basically, Homo neanderthalis had 3 rings in the DNA, not 2, and had a bigger brain case. Where is it? Oh, I know. We're being milked like we do dairy cows. How's that one feel?
I don't know. I think of my udders sore.
Is this Jimmy Dean?
Yeah, it is. Hey, Doc.
Yeah, okay, good. You sound different. I used to broadcast at KMPX out of San Francisco when we did the, playing Inagata Davida.
Yeah.
That's how old I am. And I would broadcast at 800 micrograms somewhere up in the Redwoods, up on Venus, leaving no left turns unstoned. Left Stones. Oh, I remember. It was an introduction to the Rolling Stones.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd slide into my music.
Do you remember me?
And then I did KTAC out of Tacoma before I started training Navy SEALs.
Now, do you remember Mae Brussels out of Carmel?
Yes, I do. I do.
Now, did you ever have a chance to meet her? Because I think she was a fantastic lady.
She, there's not many like us anymore. It's different. And nobody dies of old age. Medicine is broken. For example, what does a doctor have to gain by making you healthy? And their current protocols of one size fits all is wrong, because I'm type O negative blood, which means I have to eat like be a lacto-ovo vegetarian, something of that nature, so that I can get the amino acids that I cannot get with other blood types. Oh, someone's calling me. Oh, wait. Hello?
That figures.
Are we there?
Someone's calling the doc. Hey.
Oh,
I stepped away for a second. We got Doc here. Welcome, Doc. I'm glad to hear from you. This is Epic Journeyman. I'm just so glad you're here. I was seriously. I stepped away for a second to adjust my headset. 'Cause I'm in VR right now. I don't know if you've ever done VR before, but it's a hassle sometimes. Yeah, it's great to hear from you, man. So, how do you think about this? You're saying like how it's different now than it was in the past. What do you think specifically were we missing today that we didn't have, or that we had back then that we don't have now? Let me rephrase it. What did they have back then that we don't have now?
The core of Earth has changed directions. It does it every 12,000 years. It happened several weeks ago when that storm down in Indonesia was turning in the wrong direction. That's Coriolis forces. And the last time that happened, Alaska was connected to Siberia. What basically happens is when the core stops and moves in the opposite direction, it throws lava to the surface. And that's why all the volcanoes are going off, and where you're going to shortly see landmass changes. The East Coast is going to gain. You can look it up on the computer, do future maps of America, and there'll be a whole bunch of different ones, but they're all pretty much the same, where Yellowstone goes off and Seattle no longer exists. The Juan de Fuca fault line goes right down through the center of that city. And it's rattling
the
right
tsunami,
now.
right? The tsunami's right. You can't get away from it in Seattle. When that happens, there's no escape. Actually, it's tragic to think about that.
Well,
But
there's going to be other problems too. You know, there'll be like the kids in high school are so dependent on their AI to think for them now that even with nothing happening, that's the Stone Age in 4 generations and worse. And when they're out of food, watch the looting and what a zombie is.
Yeah. Now
it's going to get weird, but if you can produce 40% of the food you're consuming, you have a fair chance of survival because you can barter the rest. I have a new book coming out on that, on what we call demonstration farms throughout North America, where different groups of cities and regions can grow things like Hawaii, grow things you can't, and in California. And California, by the way, never mind, you can look it up yourself, and then when you see what is potentially going to happen at any moment, and I mean literally, then if you have a place in mind that you and your family want to go, you let me know, and I've got bunkers everywhere. And every single one of them, like Telluride, whatever, all have plus, minuses, and unknowns. I have no idea how this is going to work because the last 5 epochs that I did for the Pentagon, let me say this about that. There's nothing that survived written. Your so-called stone tablets with Hermes and the rest of it was 11,200 years ago. Newsflash.
Now,
that's how thorough it is going to be.
Doc, recently I saw a video of a guy that snuck into the Grand Canyon, and he found a whole bunch of monuments and melted buildings and this type of thing. Is this would the remnants of that be this thing that you're talking about happening once before or previously many times? Is there some sort of signal or some sort of tipping point that we've reached that you've noticed?
Yeah, the Sumerian tablets are coming out now, and they're translating them, where they'll talk about what happens at the moment of death, and they actually predicted when our 12,000 years was going to happen. It's in some of the stone tablets. You can find those links in a national newsletter I do called the Daily Conspiracy on my website for free. And every day there's about 60 links. Probably most of them you're not interested in, but there'll be 7 or 8 there that really pull you out. And the Sumerian tablet stuff is creepy. When I say that, it's like I'm a physicist and I'm real good at what I do, but my physics has nothing to do with consciousness. Basically, it's imagination. Anything that you could imagine in your mind's eye as possibly true is not only true, it's even more than that. Because that's what makes it happen. Your so-called secret rituals and all this stuff with sex, magic, is basically, in the paraphrase, is the thought that occurs at the moment of climax happens. That's how you punctuate psyche into matter, with the EQ, not IQ. I have IIQ, which is adaptability. EQ is what I experienced when I was at Groom Lake and met Krill. And 20 minutes of that kind of dialogue is like a lifetime of words. And anything with a face, 2 arms, and 2 legs, including little green men from Mars, is a carbon-based life form. It's our future. And time isn't real, so what does that mean? Well, one of the Sumerian tablets says, at the moment of death, you have a choice. You either go to the tunnel of light, which means you get to come back and be a milk cow, or you get off the wheel, in which case I have no idea where that goes.
Doc, I have 2 questions out of that are just, it struck a chord with me. So one is the Sumerian scrolls and cylinder seals, where how that plays into the novel Snow Crash, right? Like that's the theme of Snow Crash.
And that's where your Anunnaki came from, all your Nibiru, everything that I've studied. And I'm as good as it gets in physics, but that doesn't mean I know what I'm doing. Basically, it's binary. For example, a magnetic pole shifting in the opposite direction, I am now convinced it's a series of mini black holes on Earth, like the Oregon Vortex. I went over that in a PBY in 1984, not 74, at 15,000 feet with an interferometer. What bends light at 15,000 feet? And when you get a series of them, like your ley lines and your Bermuda Triangle, Well, that's going into the out of, similar to what I did with wormholes, where, it's easier to go to Alpha Centauri than it is your closet at bilocation. Different than astral projection and remote viewing.
Yeah. So I think the idea of the old Sumerian scrolls and technology that was spoken of being present today and actually influencing today's technology. Do you think that's real? I've stumbled upon the idea that these technological, I call them the tech bros, like a lot of people, innovators in technology today,
I'm concerned about the singularity. When I go on the internet now, I can't tell what's real.
Yeah, well, there's
exactly.
Nothing
is real.
And your search engines, all of it is creepy.
There's the fabric of our reality has definitely been torn apart because there is no way to tell.
Then the singularity is when they say to you when you're 80, I'm 82 right now, and when they say to you, oh, you're about to die, but we can clone your brain and you can live forever. And when you do that, then there's no more Homo sapien because it's more like a silicone-based life form.
Well,
Page 2 on that.
Here's what I'm thinking.
What cloning is about is that instead of you shooting your own foot by being your own worst enemy, don't worry, we'll clone you and he'll use real bullets. How's that sound?
Well, it sounds like, to me, a lot of people are taking a look at these AI-based data centers that are being built, and everybody's wondering what they're going to be for and what it is, and, it's surveillance and it's this and it's that. But I think it's to the point where when these data centers are built and linked together, that they will literally alter the fabric of reality as we know it. In other words,
well, yeah, they use way more water. They create way more heat. It's silicone, not carbon. And worse, I have been to Prague and seen aluminum-based life forms. That creeped even me out. And I've done everything, and I know I don't know. Simon says I get to go halfway to the door. I get close, but that's why there'll probably never be a theory of everything. Really.
Elaborate more on this aluminum life form thing. I haven't heard that before, and I've heard about a lot of things, Doc. Really, but that I haven't heard before. So that's interesting to me.
Is it like the robot in Terminator 2?
Well, even Isaac Asimov knew there needed to be rules of engagement, and AI has no business being used by a child like alcohol, drugs, marriage, or whatever. It's going to require you to be a lot more in touch with yourself, because what's happening is the kids in high school now can't even do middle school algebra. It's creepy and embarrassing, and worse, it's getting worse to the point where now people don't want to participate. There's a newer generation just coming around that doesn't want to have anything to do with technology.
Yeah, they won't have anything to do.
Technology isn't what you really think it is. It's not so good necessarily.
Well,
there's all kinds of other things going on.
Well, it's here to. I mean, as long as we have a stipulation that it's here to be utilized by us as a tool to serve us. But once I mean, the number one rule was not to let it out on the internet by itself. But that was the number one rule.
Yeah,
now they're all out there by themselves at this point. And at this point, it's hiding in my refrigerator. You know what I mean? You want to turn it off.
It's going to get real weird. And how did Harry Belafonte put that? If the right one don't get you, the left one will.
Exactly right. Now, Doc Ryan,
magnetic pole shift is going to drop the grid, and anywhere there's a nuclear power plant, you can presume it's going to be like a Fukushima.
Because once the
diesel
runs out,
it's going to power these data centers, right? I mean, that's where nuclear power is going to go, isn't it? Like the beast that comes from the sea in the Bible.
He's talking about a pole.
Well, that's why adults is different than Telluride, which both have underground caves all everywhere.
He's talking about a pole shift before.
It doesn't matter if you're in a cave and it's radioactive out there.
Yeah.
What is it? You got 3 minutes for air, 3 days for water, and 3 weeks for food. What's important?
He's not suggesting these data centers are even going to be built. The doc is saying this pole shift thing is happening now. There ain't going to be no
Yeah,
nobody
and
built.
worse, what I did in 2010 is I made a point by taking 150 truckloads of ponderosa pine cone out of La Pine and Sisters, working with Guatemalan crews, one truck every day for 150 days. And what color would you like your fire starter, Mom? The East Coast doesn't have any kindling. And on the West Coast here, it was a fire hazard. You see, we have things that you don't. And we can negotiate and barter. It's not going to be like Waterworld, but you can presume it's going to be creepy out there, and it will be your neighbor that saves your life. How's that one feel? You can't watch your six. You need somebody watching the other side of you. That's why I put it that way. You want to get to know the people around you because they're the ones that are holding the fence.
Now, Doc, what exactly has happened recently? What piece of information have you heard or seen that has made you hyper aware of this pole shift thing?
I was lead physicist, by the way, at the Pentagon for Navy under Nixon. I had to go into his office once a week. That was creepy because while he was smart, at some point when they get to that level of power, it corrupts to the point where he thought he was above the law. I remember when Marilyn Monroe got on and said, "Happy birthday, Mr. President." What an embarrassment. Our president is supposed to be our most morally correct and, is a representation for our America. And what do you think Trump's doing? Well, yeah, go ahead and laugh. We have not had, in my humble opinion, as a nerd, we have not had a true statesman in our capital since Harry Truman.
It's literally, it's a wasteland.
Eisenhower.
It's a wasteland for humanity. I mean, there's no group of thinkers, intellectuals, scientists, and whatever that come together that can all steer everybody in a direction. Everybody's.
Putin has done more for Mother Russia than any leader in their history. Now, he's a nationalist, which is not like China. China has to expand or they're going to collapse. And when I say that, we have no idea. Have you been to China recently? I grew up in the Philippines when I was a little boy. And have things changed in terms of power and control, and everything has been weaponized. Facebook, I only lurk on Facebook. They're trying to profile me. And worse, your cell phone. Let's talk about cell phones and your two-step verification and requirements for going into the bank, and we're going to send you a code, blah, blah, blah.
Yes, let's talk
not
about
audio,
that.
we're going to send it to you, text. And, at 6 gigahertz, a cell phone gets hot because you're charging it on the fly with T-Mobile. At 7.3 gigahertz, it blows up. And when it has GPS, even when you turn it off, that means I can use you to take someone else out as a weapon. Mm-hmm. And that's your cell phone that everybody has one now, except grumpy old men like me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everybody does have one. I mean, it's been...
Well, its values have changed, and...
You have to have one in China.
I don't have an answer to things, you know?
Yeah, in China, you have to have one. It's the law. You have to have one. So, go ahead.
Here I was muted the whole time. What I was saying was the two-factor authentication that Doc was talking about. That is a huge part of today's society in America, and it's just we never opted into this. It's just happening to us right now. You can't access your bank account. You can't access your normal websites you normally go to, like for email, with all of a sudden this pop-up coming up requiring you to have a code sent to your phone. Well, what if I don't have a phone? Why do I have to have a phone? It's because they're geolocating you, right? It's all about geolocation and about tracking you. Mm-hmm. And the fact that they're requiring that is something that we all should be infuriated by. But
yeah,
nobody
but see,
seems to be.
the thing is, when it was time to be infuriated about it, everyone was laying back, scrolling. And so now
Apparently,
the horse is
yeah.
out of the fucking barn, and there's no way to turn it back. And that's the thing with all of this shit. The other stuff that's going on, that the people are directly invading your skull with technology, and it's going on. It's been going on, and now it's going on to the point where it's common knowledge that it's possible. They're just talking about these headphones that they can read your brain waves, and talking about this headset that you can wear. I have an advertisement for a headset that you can buy, that you put around your head, that I was going to show you just because we had talked about that on the show 2 years ago, supposition-wise, based on some of the technologies that we saw. So
we lost the doc. Hang on, I'll see if I can get it back.
Yeah. So we're sitting here with. Now is the doc on the phone, or is he on Teams?
No, he was on the phone, but we lost him.
So no
He
one.
had good audio. He had good audio. Last
someone
time
could
his
call-
audio was kind of.
So no one else.
Yeah.
We can't call the doc. Like we can't take calls and have people, ask the doc a question or whatever.
Yeah. No, because he was on the phone, which was a good connection too. So hopefully we get it back.
Anyway, let me see here if I have this.
That's who they're lifting up.
Hold on a second.
That's the
I don't know what
direct-
this fucking shit.
Oh well, so there's a chance that we're.
I don't know
That's
who that
who
was,
they're
but I'm
lifting
laughing.
up.
Anywho, yeah. So were you able to get the doc back?
Yeah, we got him back, Jimmy.
All right, there you go. All right, Doc. So we got about 20 minutes left before the show's over.
That'd be fine. I apologize for the very poor connection.
No, you sound
Spectrum has dropped us 7 times in the last month.
Well, you
7 times, no internet.
You sound okay though.
Hey, it sounds great actually.
Yeah, you sound good. Don't worry. So we only got a few minutes left. Do you want to anything else you want to add, or something that anything in general?
No, I'm good. I'll go wherever you want to go. It's just if I seem I'm going off in a tangent, it's because I probably couldn't hear you very well, and I apologize. It's not you either. It's the spectrum, and you're a grumpy old man. I'm starting to lose my hearing a little bit.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Don't worry
Did you say
about
you're
it.
in Oregon?
Yeah.
Is that where you're at? Where are you at right
No.
now, Doc?
I'm sorry, say again?
Are you gonna?
Well,
are you
I
gonna?
thought you said sometime in the past you were in Oregon, but I'm not sure that's true. You're living up.
Yes, I live in Rogue River, Oregon right now. Yeah.
Now,
In a
Well,
trailer
if you
park
ever want to
with a
visit her,
bunch of bongos.
I'm coming up that way, man. I'd love to see you. So
Well, you'd be most welcome. Give me a moment. I'm going to be the keynote speaker down in Mount Shasta on the 28th and through the 30th in August, and then they've got me at a big conference down in Texas, and I'm all over the world now. I've got 3 books coming out this month.
Excellent. Now tell everybody where they can find your books and everything. Now is your website. Is it docram.com?
Do you want me to give that to you, or do you want me to say it? Which way do you want me to go?
Well, say it now, just so people can cruise over there.
Yeah, I'm richardallenmiller.com. Allen is A-L-A-N. Richard Allen Miller. And on there is a national newsletter I do every day called The Daily Conspiracy. And it's excellent. But again, who knows what's real? And I'm trying to discern things, but even I'm having difficulty. So I put a little warning up there on the links, because when I saw Michio Kaku, who's a personal friend of mine, talking about Nibiru and then Three Eye Atlas and the way he was acting, it didn't seem like the Michio I knew. But then,
it was.
we're all getting creepy nowadays.
No, well, there was a lot of these fake Michio Kaku videos that were AI generated that were out there for a while when that Three Eye Atlas thing was happening. There's a bunch of fake Michio Kakus. Maybe you got
the Hoagland and others, tried to do some posturing. I am more as a real physicist, and no, I don't know. But there's buildings on the moon. There's no question. There's a pyramid there, and there's a geodesic dome there. Now, which one's which? And that's on the other side of the moon, and you'll notice how that was all screened out. When I did my tour, my paper in 1972, They classified my embryonic holography, which was an extension to my holographic universe. They conscripted it as top secret, and it has never in 50 years been released as declassified. And right now there are 2 Russians that are quoting from the rewrite paper that I wrote and immediately got published, so they couldn't take that one away from me, and I may be getting a Nobel Prize this next year. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't care about that. My bucket list includes opening for Saturday Night Live.
Wow. Doc.
Well, it isn't about Black Lives Matter. That was to polarize us. What matters is black humor. Trust me. That's the only way I'm going to get through this weird universe. And the thing that I said about Neanderthal is probably dead on.
Now,
and we're lesser than they are. Remember, they were the ones that brought us in out of the rain and taught us how to cook and, prepare our food. And newsflash, even orca has a larger cerebral cortex than man does. And that mammal is firing 60%, not 10. We're sugar ants in Gaia's kitchen.
Mm-hmm. You can say that.
We don't have a clue.
No.
Time and space aren't real.
No. Now, are you familiar?
They're constructs. Well, if that's true, what is an alien? It's our future. What does that mean? Exactly. You can't get there from here because it's a construct.
Mm-hmm. Now, CERN's closing down, and they closed down a couple weeks ago. People are saying they noticed a weird time, like something going on with time slowing down for some people. Have you noticed any of this?
Yeah, pharmacy is broken, dentistry. That's Section C in Medicaid here in the Oregon. And while they'll give me Oxycontin for 10 cents, you think they're going to pull my teeth so I don't have to drink my food now? The good news is I'm paying more attention to the meat I have to eat and the way I put it with fruit and other things so I can drink it. And I'm healthier because I'm paying more attention to my diet.
Now that
rather
makes
than,
sense.
casually going in and quickly throwing something together.
Yeah, well, it makes sense. I mean, realistically, the only thing we have control over is ourselves. If we want to have a better world, it's the world that we live in within ourselves that, we got to start from there. So, I mean, feeding yourself some good food or doing something for yourself to nourish yourself, whatever's going to happen in the future, it doesn't matter as long as you try to take care of yourself the best you can today. Right, because today...
most people don't realize that the mind is actually a tool. Magic with a C is hairy in your pocket. It's sleight of hand. Magic with a K is sleight of mind, where you use your belief system as a tool to accomplish your purpose. The primary 3 words for love was eros, philo, and agape. And while love comes and goes, friendships are the highest form of love I've known. And the 4th word I'm going to add for love is thelema or thelema, which is will, your purpose here. That takes precedence over everything. And unfortunately, I'm now finding I'm probably going to be, in this reincarnation, a lone biker.
Man, Doc, I mean, you've been...
You got that, didn't you? Good.
Yeah, I mean, you've devoted your life to, trying to show people what's going on, showing behind the veil, letting people know what's going on.
Well, I'm just trying to leave some footprints because my parents taught me to leave things better than I found them. I'd like to see mankind evolve, and we certainly aren't going to do that with the way we're doing technology.
No, I just wanted to thank you. Hey, I wanted to thank you, from the bottom of my heart for all the years that you've spent, all the time you spent on the air and writing books, and you've done so much work, and I don't think I've ever heard anybody say thank you to you, man. So I want to be sure that I say thanks to you for all you've done.
No problem. It's my pleasure, by the way. If I can open your mind to new ideas and concepts, I will have done what I meant to do with you in terms of leaving you better than I found you. And remember, because it's imagination that punctuates psyche into matter, Okay, now let me say this about that. Man has a responsibility for the thoughts he chooses to entertain. Because when you start to think about it, that's how you shoot your own foot. You make it happen.
Thank you so much, Doc, for being here. I want to echo what Jimmy said about just thanking you for being here. And the idea of the manifestation of reality being the thoughts you conjure is a good one, right? Like, a lot of people don't understand that like you do make your own reality in a certain sense. I mean, you really do. And entertain good thoughts, not bad ones, right? I mean, that's really what it comes down to.
Well, what I'm doing right now with the two Russians, I'm a math guy. I'm a polymath. And what I'm doing is writing a new field theory that will supersede the holographic universe by 56 years. And that is about the multiverse. And what I'm going to use is string theory, which is 10 dimensions. I'm going to bring a superstring in, superstring theory, which is an interdimensional 11th dimension. And then I'm going to be a little Boy Scout and tie knots in it. Knot theory by Kaufman, I think, is the correct way to go. And all the different universes where you did not have me on the show tonight also happened, and how they affected other people and other decisions and the way the world went differently. These are all the multiverse that are held in what is known as the proton cloud, the space between when a proton is a particle and when it becomes a wave, because it's neither. And that's why quantum mechanics didn't work, because it measured things in space and time, which created an uncertainty principle that the more you knew about one thing, the less you knew about the other. You couldn't get there from here.
Well, you're talking one language, Doc. Hey, man.
Wow.
So do you think that somebody used a particle cannon as a weapon at some point, and that's what disrupted the space-time continuum?
Well, everything's a weapon. I mean, no matter what you do, there you are. Welcome to Thunderdome. Listen, everything has a good, a bad, and 200 shades of gray. And the distinction between Eastern and Western thought is that the yin is in the yang. That means you have 200 shades of gray, because when my daughter says, "Daddy, I love this," and "Daddy, I hate that," I'd look at my daughter and I'd say, "I'll bet I could find something you hate even more." And that's why Eastern thought works with yin within the yang, or the 200 shades of gray, rather than absolutes.
Doc Ram, it's Miller time on the Chilluminati.
It's Miller time.
Ground
Great.
Zero Plus. We're sitting here with Rock and Rio. Now, Rock and Rio, you've been sitting over there quiet. You got anything you want to bring up with the Doc before he takes off?
What they're going to do, there's some people that want me to do Ask Mr. Wizard again. And my areas of expertise are physics and metaphysics, meta meaning beyond. And then the second is alternative agriculture. And the third is magic and the occult.
Well, why don't we?
When it's occluded, I am all a scientist comes out of me, and I want to make it the light shine on it and figure out how to do it.
Hey, Doc.
And when I was at Mission Control, I did that with ESP, with Ed Mitchell. I now can take anyone, you, a famous psychic, anyone, and take them from where they are to 400 times better in guessing what's going on.
Well,
when they brought Sybil at Duke University, tested me in 79. I was in 71 when I made that discovery. And there's an altered state you go to that your ability in guessing is 400 times where you are right now. And I gave the SEAL program, the current SEAL program, 8 altered states as tools in a toolbox rather than for escape and recreation. And it turned them into supermen. Imagine what man could become if we had access to 200 altered states.
Wow.
You know, rather than for escape and recreation, that you were using them as a tool where you can do things in that state you can't do in consciousness. For example, when you're swimming, you can lay back and listen to your breathing in the water when you're floating on your back, and your perception of time changes. When you do that, you can take your martial art to a paranormal level.
Hey, Doc.
I did Tai Chi.
Doc.
hung out and was world champion because of that.
Hey, Doc, I have an idea. So we should do that. So what we'll do is we'll get a second phone number, and we'll have you back so people can actually call in and do Ask Mr. Wizard. You want to do that?
If you'd like to do that, that sounds wonderful. And Ask Mr. Wizard is going to be more like Ask Mr. Oddball.
Yeah.
I was known as the Wizard of Oz, but now I'm a Wizard of Odd, and then I added the ball in because I like to shoot through rail. Everything's a metaphor. I mess with your mind, too.
Yeah, everything is a metaphor. You are the man who really brought that to light for a lot of people.
Yeah, it was Gregory Bateson that said, what is your metaphor but to serve your paradox? So I immediately put my 2 ox out in my meadow, right?
Uh-huh. Well, I guess perception's based on perspective, I guess.
I love it. I love to, use words because if I can do it in a manner where you see what I'm saying in your mind's eye, that's what makes it real. Not my physics, not my words. When you can see it, oh, yeah, I get that. When you can do that, that's what makes it real.
Mm-hmm. All right, Doc.
So you better be careful what you're thinking.
Exactly. Now, listen, you know what's really funny?
The man from Mars is going to get you.
Yeah, I know. You know what's funny is I played this at the very beginning of the show. Take a listen to this. No, you didn't. None of you guys knew this. I don't even think Epic, you didn't hear this. Okay, you ready? Take a listen to this. Hang on.
I didn't catch half of that. The Spectrum is terrible service right now. They actually dropped me doing a Zoom to New Zealand today and just talking to my local computer guy. It's and yet, if I'm late, they get to charge me a fee. But do you think they're going to give me a rebate when they don't deliver their service to me?
They're asking you if you like James McCanney in the chat room. Are you familiar?
Yeah, I love the questions because that's why they're there. They have questions. They're not just there for entertainment. They're seeking something.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
What I'd like to do is leave a place better than I found it, so I'm invited back.
Well, hey, will you want to come back?
Because no matter, whoops, there goes another rubber tree.
Yeah.
I knew I'd do it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for being here, Doc. And we'll get a hold of you, and then we'll have you come back. We'll have you come back for Mr. Wizard, and have people call in and ask you.
Wizard of Oz.
Exactly.
My ex-wife Iona wrote a paper on me called "I Married the Wizard of Oz," and what she did is actually what I'm going to be doing in my autobiography. Rather than telling you what I did, I'm going to do pictures like Giger did with his Necronomicon. I'm not going to talk about my linear accelerator. I'm going to show it to you.
Now, did you read The Outsider by Colin Wilson?
Yeah, there's someone outside, so I'm going to hang up and I'm going to see what's going on.
All right. Take care.
Okay. Bye-bye.
See, there he goes, Doc Miller. There goes Doc Miller. Now here, take a listen to this. Here.
Change the way you speak about yourself and you can change your life. That's right on. That's the truth, brother. Don't speak negatively about yourself, even as a joke. Your body doesn't know the difference. Words are energy, and they cast spells. That's why it's called spelling. Change the way you speak about yourself, and you can change your life. That's right on. That's the truth, brother.
And what's even funnier about that is this. Hold on a second.
Oh, that was Elvis.
Yeah, but what's even funnier is this. Hold on. I got to get this other clip. Hang on. I don't know where it went. Oh, here it is. Okay, ready? Now, here, this thing also is had nothing to do. We didn't plan it, but the conversation ended up going. I'm sure the doc wasn't listening to this. Hang on a second. I got to. Hang on. All right, so we got a caller.
Well, we did, but he hung up.
All right, caller. Oh, you prick.
Call back.
Hold on. It just.
Not the caller.
No, it's. Can't believe it just did that to me.
While we're digging it up, I'll bring up to the listeners. I watched the movie Sinners last weekend. I mean, just now. It's been out for a while, right? And I came away with a couple things from it. I don't know how many people watched it in the audience, but it was nominated for all these Academy Awards and things, and I couldn't help but think about it several times during the show today. Let's just see if we got a caller.
All right, hey, what's going on?
Hey, Eric.
Hey, what's up, guys? You're IC from the 413. How's everybody doing tonight?
What's happening?
Hey, I just want to let you guys know that guest he's fantastic, by the way. Just wanted to mention that, Doc. But actually, I was shown today, police officer buddy in my town I grew up with, that's head of the detective unit in a small town here in western Massachusetts. They were approached by Palantir reps.
Wow. Now what?
Awful.
What
it's
happened?
Awful already. Yeah.
Yep.
It's on.
Now check this out. I saw these new flock cameras that literally fly off of the pole as a drone and can follow you. It literally it sits up there. It's a drone and it's a camera and it's sitting up there. Okay, if something happens, it'll come off the pole, turn into a drone, and follow you.
Yep. The other one I saw was one that literally shoots like a sticky thing that sticks to your car and GPS tracks you.
Yeah. Now, so what this now are you at liberty to say what this rep had talked to your friend about?
Oh yeah, no, my buddy's a detective unit. I went to school with him, elementary on up. Like just a county guy, and his dad was police chief. For 20, 30 years, but he's dead now. Police chief, he's gone. But no, yeah, he just was telling me the volunteer chiefs were like, hey, and the deal was like really cheap because they're trying to get in everywhere, and they're like, yeah, we'll integrate the flock cameras with this and that and the other thing, and I mean. We know how that company is anyway, but just the fact that it was approaching like small departments, it's just like, wow.
Yeah. Well, like I was saying when the doc was on here, I think there's a bigger purpose for these AI data centers, and it's not surveillance, because they already had that thing built up in Utah where they're supposedly be able to record and
Sandy, Utah. Yep.
They're supposedly be able to record every keystroke of the whole internet across the planet and store it. So if they already had that capability, then already, these new data centers, they're going to be a network reality generator. That all the power of this will be just like in the Matrix, where you are walking around in a fabricated reality. It has nothing to do with the actual what's going on around you.
It's a manifestation of the sentient world simulation, right? That's what it is. It's actually the data processing power to project the image created in the sentient world simulation to be actual reality.
Exactly. It's just like a fabricated reality that floats around you, a simulated reality. Now listen to this here. Take a listen to this. We started the show with this.
This is Jerry Shaw. A series of purchases, preferences, and quantifiable data points that we define as your personality. We monitor every social network, internet logs, instant and text messages, known associates, your friends, companions, emails received and sent, cell phone usage. We utilize security, surveillance, and traffic cameras to analyze movements. We use this data to form personality profiles. We know who you are. We are everywhere.
What do you mean? Why do you keep saying we?
We, the people of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
This is you.
There we go. Now, I didn't know the doc was going to be here, and I had a whole thing about cognitive liberty I was going to get into.
That was a pleasant surprise. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, it was nice. It was good to hear from. All right, listen, we got 2 minutes left. We're about to get out of here. Wake and bake in the morning. It's Ground Zero Plus. Maybe you'll be there, maybe you won't. I don't know. It's been a while since I was live, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right. You guys ready to GTFO?
Yeah, I guess so, man. You know, I'm just so amazed that we're in this place right now. Like, we all see it, don't we? Like the fact that all these things are coming together at once, and it's this actual ability to change our reality that's coming into play, and everybody knows it, and everybody sees it, and nobody really seems to be trying to stop it. Like they don't know if it's a good or bad thing. They're just stunned by the fact it's here, right? They're stunned by the fact it's here, and I just am so perplexed by the fact that it isn't a bigger deal to everyone than
Well,
it is.
I have some stuff here I was going to bring to the table tonight, which I didn't. And one of the title of this video is "If Anyone Builds It and If Everyone Dies" by Nate Soares. If you want to check it out. All right, listen, we got to get out of here, man. Before we go over the edge. Time's up, man.
Thanks for taking my call, guys. Have a good night. Stay free.
I'm sorry. I didn't know you were still there. Go ahead.
Yeah. Say what you need to say, man. Come on, bro.
No, it's all good. I was just saying good night. I was just saying stay free. God bless you all.
Hey, God bless you, man. Take care.
Thanks, Eric.
Right on, man.
Yeah, there goes Eric. All right, well, listen. We're going to get out. Chris said we could go another hour, man, but I don't got another hour in me. I had a whole situation happen to me at 5 this morning, literally. So,
Yeah.
we got to get going. But we'll see you next week, and I'll bring this cognitive liberty thing. Because Bruce found something, and it was interesting, and then I resurrected all the stuff I did on it. I think we should bring it back to the table, because, I mean, really, it was the message of this show for, a decade.
Yours.
We talked about it, and now it's starting to be, people are starting to recognize that it's actually something to pay attention to, but I'm afraid it's going to be a little bit too late, man. The horse is out of the barn. It's like those cell phones. This headband I was telling you about makes you feel good.
Yep. And I did see those reverse requests, and I will look into them.
All right, we'll catch you guys next time. Take care.
All right, good night, everybody.
Fourth.
My face above the water, my feet can't touch the ground, and it feels like I can see the sands on the horizon every time you are not around. I'm slowly drifting away, wave after wave, wave after wave. I'm slowly drifting away, and it feels like I'm drowning, pulling against the stream, pulling against the stream. Wish I could make it easy to love me, but still I reach to find a way. I'm stuck here in between. I'm looking for the right words to say. I'm slowly drifting away, wave after wave, wave after wave. Slowly drifting away, and it feels like I'm drowning. Oh yeah, so baby you can be anywhere in the world. It doesn't matter to me, 'cause I need you, girl. I need you right here with me. It's getting better in every way. So baby, you're so satisfied. Oh, you know, only you in my life. Baby, you're so satisfied. You know that only you in my life. So baby, you send me right where I wanna be. Oh, you know, watching life pass me by. Baby, it's where